เคសួស្តីអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាណាអូខេអញ្ចឹងយើងចូលភាគទីយើងចូលអំណានទី3នៃរឿង Hitch ជាមួយខ្ញុំទាំងអស់គ្នាណាអូខេតោះយើងអានទាំងអស់គ្នាជាមួយខ្ញុំ Lovely, he cried. Beautiful, keep going. I heard the accelerator jam right down against the floor and I held it there. 100, he shouted. 105, 110, 115. Go on, don't slack off. I was in the outside lane and we flashed past several cars as though they were standing still. A green Mini, a big cream color Chiron, a white Land Rover, a huge truck with a container on the back, an orange color Volkswagen minibus. 120, my passenger shouted, jumping up and down. Go on, get up to 129. At the moment, I heard the scream of a police siren. It was so loud, it seemed to be right inside the car. And then a cop on a motorcycle loomed up alongside us on the inside lane and went past us and raised a band for us to stop. Oh, my scented aunt, I said, that's Tom it. The cop must have been doing about 130 when he passed us, and he and he took plenty of time slowing down. Finally, he pulled to the side of the road and I pulled in behind him. Didn't know police motorcycles could go as far as that, I said rather lamely. That's one can, my passenger said, is the same make as yours. It's a BMW or 90S, fastest bike on the road. That's what they using nowadays. The cop not got off his motorcycle and leaned the machine sideways onto its prop stand. Then he took off his gloves and placed them carefully on the seat. He was in no hurry now. He had us where he wanted us and he knew it. This is real trouble, I said. I don't like it one little bit. Don't talk to him more than is necessary. You understand? Your companion said, just sit tight and keep mum, like an executioner approaching his victim. The cop came strolling slowly toward us. He was a big, needy man with a belly. He blew his blue breeches were skin ties around his animal's thighs. His goggles were pulled up onto the helmet, showing a smoldering red face with white cheek. We sat there like guilty schoolboys waiting for him to arrive. Watch out for these man, my passenger whispers. Looks mean as the devil. The cop came around to my open window and placed one meaty hand on the sill. What's the hurry? He said. No hurry, officer, answered. Perhaps there's a woman in the back having a baby and you're rushing her to hospital? Is it is that it? No, officer. Or perhaps your house is on fire and you're dashing home to rescue the family from upstairs? His voice was dangerously soft and mocking. My house isn't on fire, officer. In that case, he said, you've got yourself into a nasty mess, haven't you? Don't you know, or do you know that what the speed limit is in this country? 70, I said. And do you mind telling me exactly what speed you were doing just now? I shrugged. I shrugged and didn't say anything. When he spoke next, he raised his voice so loud and that I jammed. 120 miles per hour. He barked. That's 50 miles an hour over the limit. He turned his head and spat out a big gulp of speed. It landed on the wing of my car and started sliding down over my beautiful blue pants. Then he turned back again and stared hard at my passenger. And who are you? He asked sharply. He he's a hitchhiker, I said. I'm giving him a lift. I didn't ask you, you said. He said. I asked him. I have done something wrong, my passenger asked. His voice was soft and oily as hair cream. That's more than like the cop answer. Anyway, you're a witness. Uh, I'll deal with you in a minute. Driver's license. He snapped, holding out his hand. I gave him my driver's license. He unbuttoned and the left hand breast pocket of his tunic and brought out the dreaded book of pockets of tickets. Carefully, he copied the name and address from my license. Then he gave it back to me. He strolled around to the front of the car and read the number from the license plate and wrote that down as well. He filled in the date, the time, and the details of my offense. Then he tore out the top copy of the ticket, but before handing it to me, he checked that all the information had come through clearly to on his own carbon copy. Finally, he replaced the book in his breast pocket and fastened the button. Now you, he said to my passenger, and he walked around to the other side of the car. From the other breast pocket, he produced a small black notebook. Name? He snapped. Michael Fish. My passenger said. Address? 14 Vitso Land, Luton. Show me something to prove this is your real name and address, the policeman said. My passenger fished in his pockets and came out with a driver's license of his own. The policeman checked the name and address and handed it back to him. What's your job? He asked sharply. An odd carrier. A what? An odd carrier. Spell it. HODCA. Okay, this is the end of the episode 3. Okay, part 3 of our story. អូខេណាចឹងខ្ញុំសូមបញ្ចប់រឿងរបស់យើងផ្នែកទី3នៅត្រឹមប៉ុណ្ណេះណាជួបគ្នាបន្តទៀតនៅ part 4 នៃរឿង The Hitchhiker ទាំងអស់គ្នាណាអូខេ see you in next video